Hello, Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Lover's card. Now, this doesn't have to be romance. Don't freak out. This isn't a romance reading. But it is a love reading. All right? All my readings, I'll let you know a little secret. All my readings are love readings. Because everything is love. Right? It doesn't have to be the love for romantic love. It could be platonic. Could be friends, family. Could be the love for ourselves, for God, goddess, deity, for ancestors, guardian angel, spirit guides, whatever you want to call it. To me, the Lover's card represents the commitment to do what we love. The commitment to fulfill our destiny. Yeah. Let's put this into some context. All right. It could be romance. I don't want to exclude that. It could be. If that's what you're looking for, that's what we could call this. But this is so much more than just romance, okay? Here we have the Prince of Pentacles, that is the builder. Could be that we are looking for someone to build a life with, right? We have a Four of Wands. Oh, an Ace of Cups. What? That is beautiful. That's the Holy Grail. And I wonder if you have discovered that one. If this is a romance, you've already met the person. If this is a sense of your purpose, you already know what that purpose is. If this is something career or family, or creative, you already know what this thing is. Okay? Six of Cups. This is the beautiful, happy, tranquil life that we want. This is what we're trying to build ultimately with this person or with this energy. Okay? But what we need is a vessel to contain that kind of beautiful life. Seven of Cups, Two of Cups. Okay. Knight of Wands, interesting. 10 of Pentacles. And a 5 of Pentacles. So I feel very strongly about this energy, especially with the Ace and the 7. The 7 of Cups looks like a pretty bad card, right? It looks kind of slimy and yucky and messy, and we don't like that. Good, yeah, this is it. You can see. I'm glad you're seeing what I'm seeing. Right? Because this is the card that says you're not going to let yourself get bogged down in something that isn't right for you. This is you able to recognize something toxic before you just start consuming it. You know? So this is a good card to have. And this is a card that's telling me that part of this commitment for you, it's the Lover's card is we're committing to that thing that we love. To doing what we love, being with who we love, fulfilling our destiny, that sort of thing, right? If we're committing to that, it means we're excluding everything that is not meant for us, that is not our love or our purpose or our destiny. So this represents everything else, yeah? And this is the confidence, the 7 of Cups, confidence to recognize what is no longer serving our highest purpose, our purpose of love, yeah? And we've also got your power card here in the position of the environment. This is the Knight of Wands, fire on fire. This is a wild rush of enthusiasm. This is saying, really, it's time for you to start this thing. Now, if we know what the Holy Grail is, we know what our purpose is, we know who this person is, we know what we want, what kind of relationship we want, what kind of life we want the good life, right? That's full of love, that's full of prosperity, that's full of connection. And we have to start working on building that life. Well, the Knight of Wands in this position said there is no greater time, there's no better time than now, right? It's a card that says, let's get to work. Let's start building. Yeah. Well, first, let's select the mystery card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. I like to put Pamela's name first. I should just call it the Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot. So that is the card. We're going to put it right here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this tarot card reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it an interactive group exercise in intuition. You're here. I might as well put you to work. All right. I feel like you're getting antsy anyway. I feel like this card, like you're trying to hold this horse back, but it just really wants to race. It just really wants to go and do this thing. And so we do have to keep a little bit of an eye on our anxiety, on this impulsiveness. We're chomping at the bit here. We can't wait for the gates to open and we can kind of rush forward with this. This is real enthusiasm, though. I mean, we've got to hang on to this, but don't let it carry you away. The horse and the rider have to be as one. Yeah. The only major arcana card we have is the Lover's card. Okay. There is a strong emphasis on union, on coming together, on this kind of an alchemical wedding. It is this marriage of you and your purpose. It is you and whatever you are building in your life, whether it's a relationship, a soulmate situation, if it's a one-on-one kind of thing. We have a hint of that with the Two of Cups here in this position. Or if this is the life that you're building, the business that you're building, the spirituality that you're building, the relationship with God, goddess, deity that you're building, whatever this might be, whatever you are building, whoever you're building it with. Now that you have this Ace of Cups, now it's time to start building it. Okay, and this is the union of you with that counterpart. This is the union of you and the act of building. Right? Maybe you are the builder. Maybe this is maybe we're talking about somebody else that is in your life that you're going to be building this with. Knowing what you want and having really a pure heart about it, that's the first step. And I think you have that. You know that you want this good life, We know we want our best life. So we've got to start building the vessel, building the container for this water energy. We're not going to let in any kind of yucky water, right? We just want this pure kind of golden water. That didn't sound right. We want this pure spiritual water, right? The good stuff in our vessel. We don't want this toxic, slimy stuff over here. All right. So we've got the one major arcana card. We have a couple of fire cards. We've got our water energy, a lot of water energy. We don't have any air except for the Lover's card, because the Lover's card symbolizes the sign of Gemini, which is an air sign. So we've got a little bit of air there. And that, I think, is also meant to emphasize the fact that not only do we have to start building what we want, but we've got to really make sure that our communication is a two-way street. If there is another person in your life, talk to them. Let them know what you want. Right? Make sure that they want the same things too. Before you go ahead and have this wedding, have this marriage, maybe have a conversation or two first, Make sure that there is always an open line of communication, right? They say communication is like number one, right? But even if this is not a romance, the idea here is that you always have to be communicating with that part of this situation that is building this. It's kind of like you don't just give the contractor the plans and say, go ahead and build it. I'll come back in a year and see what you've done. No, you've got to take the phone calls. You have different ideas. You have maybe the further along we get, we start having kind of new thoughts and feelings about it. We want to do something maybe a little bit different. We get inspired. We get a new idea. That's the Four of Wands underneath everything. Your plans are never set in stone. You don't just give the contractor the plans and say, I'll come back in a year. You take a couple of steps, you look around, yeah, this still feels right. take another couple of steps. Maybe you have a different idea. Maybe you're inspired and you want to do a different color palette. You want to do, I don't know, you want to put in a pool or something. You've got to communicate with that contractor, with that builder, whether that is another person in your life or if it's part of your own energy, or maybe it's literally a contractor. You've got to communicate, right? Because it's not just like you have to draw up one set of plans and that's it. You can revise this. And that's what the Four of Wands is. It's temporary. It's a solid structure. This is what I want right now. I'll give you a call if anything changes. And I feel like what will change is you'll start to kind of refine your own tastes. You know, you'll start to not like this stuff and you like a little bit more of this. And so you're going to have to place a call to the contractor and say, yeah, I want a little bit less of that and a little bit more of that. Right? And this wheel keeps on turning. And this is, I mean, just by nature, it's Venus in Aries. This is you able to communicate what your preferences, what your tastes are. And also know that those tastes, those preferences, right, the Venus energy, those things that you're attracted to will change. You know, just like your taste in food, your taste in art or architecture doesn't have to stay the same your entire life. It can change. As long as we're able to communicate that, then I think you're in for a much more fun ride, you know. Let's move over to the path of the serpent now. And I think as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. And it really helps out the channel, and I really am appreciative of that. So thank you. So the Two of Cups down here in the position of your general energy, it feels to me, for a lot of you, this is kind of a new relationship. And we want to see how it goes. We want to build a life together. We want to build the good life, right? And the good life really is you being in harmony with this other person and the both of you changing and growing and evolving together, right? In harmony. And so that's the Two of Cups, I think. It's that one-on-one soulmate kind of situation. But I feel like the Two of Cups represents the two elements that are getting married in the Lover's card. You're making the choice. Well, one of these cups is you, right? That Ace of Cups maybe. Or the Ace of Cups is that thing that you want to be married together with. A sense of purpose, a sense of destiny. Your path, your plan, your person, whatever it is. Okay? These are the two components. And it really is a lot of magic from this union. The union of these two things, you and this other, really gives rise to this Knight of Cups, or not the Knight of Wands, I'm sorry. It really gives rise to the Knight of Wands, this enthusiasm, this courage, this confidence, this eagerness. I can't wait. I just want to rush into things. I want to build. I want to grow. I want to enjoy this good life, you know? And yeah, you should. Grow. Build it as fast as you can. Also, restrain yourself. Also, remember that the horse and the rider have to go at the same pace. The rider can't go faster than the horse. We certainly don't want the horse to go faster than the rider. So you can have your enthusiasm and you can rush into this as quickly as you want, but make sure that you're still in control. Make sure that you're still able to hold the reins. Yeah, and make sure that you still are able to discern the kind of good from the bad. You know, the things you want from the things you don't want. Sometimes we've got to slow down in order to kind of get a feel for that. But it is time for some action. It is time for some action. And that's why this card's in the position of the environment. It's not time to sit and wait and contemplate or to worry. It's time to build. It's time to get into this. You feel it. You know what you want. You know the life you want. You know what this is or who this is. So there should really be nothing holding you back. Okay? The one obstacle we see is the Ten of Pentacles. And now the Ten of Pentacles is in the position of what we don't want. And to me, there's one concern that you have. And that is that you will build this, but it will be empty of all of this water energy. It will not have the meaning that it's supposed to have. Okay? And this is exactly why we need that Four of Wands. We have to be able to revise this finished product. This is the final vision of your life. And in order for this to be your best life, to be meaningful, you have to revise your plans as you go. You have to edit this. You can erase some things. You can change some things, And we have to be able to communicate that both with ourselves, with the other people involved, in order for this Ten of Pentacles to really be what it's supposed to be, and that is your best life. Otherwise, you're building a house that you really don't want anymore. You're building a life that does not have the meaning or satisfaction or the love in it. You're building an empty vessel. Yeah. This is what the Prince of Pentacles is building, the Ten of Pentacles. And this is supposed to be your best life. Yeah. Let's just make sure that it is, And so we have a Five of Pentacles here coming next, and this is really all about the revision. This is about moving things around. Yeah, the contractor might sound annoyed if you're calling them every other day and telling them that you want a change of plans. They might be annoyed. So what? You're paying them, right? So if you want something different, you have to be able to communicate that. And it might mean that everyone's got to rearrange what they've already done, but that's okay. This is your life you're building, right? This is a destiny that really cannot be stopped, and I think that this is some rare energy, and I think that this is your opportunity to build the kind of life that you want. I'm starting to get a little choked up over here, because this is very special. Yeah, very special. The Five of Wands also suggests, Five of Pentacles. I keep looking at the Knight here, and I just keep thinking, we got to just go. And I feel like I'm taking up your time where you have other things that you want to be doing. So I do appreciate you being here and sticking around through this reading. With the Five of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of this does have to do with travel for you. And I wonder if part of the issue here is picking the right location for something. Yeah, I don't know if it's a business, if it's a home, if it's like you're meeting somebody, but like where are you going to live? Where are you going to build that life? Where do you want to set roots down? Yeah, where is it that you want to make your kind of forever home? I feel like maybe you never really had a forever home. I don't know if you moved around a lot when you were a kid, or if there was just some sort of I feel like there were never any roots, or maybe you had roots, but you were, uprooted, that you did have to move at some point. And it kind of now it's making you really want something permanent. And that feeling can kind of say, well, I don't want to change things. I want things to be permanent. And so that'll give us a little bit of reluctance to call the contractor and change the plans, right? Because we want that sense of permanence. So if we're still always revising, then it kind of feels like we're not getting that permanence that we want. So we have to be careful. You want permanence, you want roots, but it has to be meaningful. It has to be the right roots in the right place, the right soil, So the Five is a very difficult card because this is worry. We worry that things are changing too much and that we're never going to have stability, right? We go the other way and we say, okay, well, I'm just going to focus on getting something done, getting it finished. But then we end up with something we don't want, Whether we're talking about a literal house, a career, job, education, a relationship, a romance, a family. It's okay to change plans. It's okay to change your mind. Well, we communicate that so that we can build the life that has the meaning in it. We can build the right vessel to contain all of this love, this Ace, this Two, this Six of Cups. Yeah, that lover's energy, bringing it all together. Love is really the glue that holds it all together, And this is your commitment to it. This is a destiny that cannot be stopped. If you are committed to creating your best life, whether it's a business, an education, a family, a romance, or all of it, you are committed to that. And nothing can pull that bond apart. Right? Nothing can break that. Very rare energy here. Let's look at the mystery card. Let's see what that... I don't know what this is going to... I want to see another major arcana card. I want to see maybe... Oh, gosh. We could get the Emperor maybe, but I don't know that we need that. But, it'd be your power card, so that'd be perfectly fine. Maybe the Empress. Maybe... maybe the World. Maybe the World. Maybe the Chariot even, right? Showing the kind of the idea of home, If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. See what we have. Four of Swords. Well, that's good. We don't have any air energy, like I said, but we do have now Four of Swords. This is de-stress. This is the mental anxiety that's kind of calmed down. Yeah. This is just kind of going with the flow, and maybe this is the idea that you're not really changing your mind, that you are totally happy with the way things are going. There's no anxiety. Things are being built. That Five of Pentacles, that's material moving around. It's loud. People are banging. There's drills and saws and hammers and cranes and trucks and cement and all this other stuff. You're sleeping peacefully. It doesn't bother you, because that construction is your life being built, your best life being built, your destiny manifesting. You sleep like a baby. Yeah. And you sleep like a baby because you have communicated. You have spoken your truth, what you want. And the Lover's card too, like I said, it's about communication. You speak your truth. It's like a prophecy. You have uttered the word, and now you sleep peacefully. Until you wake up, have a cup of tea or coffee or something, and think, maybe I want to make a couple changes. Maybe you had a dream. Maybe Spirit came in the night and spoke to you. Now you want something a little bit different, right? Something more, something maybe a different color. You communicate that, and you can sleep soundly. So this is very good. This is a restful energy. There isn't the anxiety. It's interesting to have a Four of Swords and a Knight of Wands. You have this almost unbridled enthusiasm, but it's calm, peaceful. There's no anxiety. You know that this is going to take time to build. It's going to have to grow. It's going to go through iterations and changes and revisions. So you have this peacefulness about you, but you know how good this is, right? It cannot be stopped. And that's how I think we're able to contain some of this anxiety. Really good reading for you, Aries. Very impressed. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, click on the link that's up here, or there's one down in the video description. All right. New readings for Aries every Monday and Friday, but I am here every day. Just come on back, see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from, and let me know how this is resonating with you. Okay? I want you to know, Aries, that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.